Oh, good morning, bud. Man, my legs are so tired today. This exercise thing, I don't know if it's worth it. I think I might just go ahead and just stay fat. My legs, my butt, all kinds of muscles are sore. I get up this morning, found muscles I didn't know I had. Yeah, hey, I was telling you the other day about Dad and all of his motorcycle riding and snowmobiling, stuff like that. Growing up, we always had a snow machine or a motorcycle or something to go play around with. Dad would always build them up. And I told you before about how he'd put me on that tote boat and I'd ride it till I ran out of gas, then just let it tip over. And he'd fill it back up, and I'd take off again. It's because I was too short to get my legs to the ground, too young. I'll never forget, I was probably 12 years old, and Dad found this old Yamaha, I think it was a Yamaha 90. He got it for $15. Just needed to be put back together again. That's one of those old motorcycles that look like a girl's bike. It's got the little step through. Boy, I thought that was the fastest thing in the world. He gave that to me, bought me a nice new helmet, had all the American flag stripes and stars and stuff on it. Yeah, I just felt like I was something special. He'd take us down to the Blackfoot River bottoms, down where the Snake River came through and left a lot of swampy type areas, and go in there and camp and fish and ride the motorcycles. And boy, I'd get that motorcycle and just fill it up with gas, and I'd run it until it ran out of gas. There was always some water or something to go over. I remember one time I was crossing a little bit of a creek, and it was slippery. It slipped out from under me. We both got wet, me and the motorcycle. I had to dry it out and everything before I could leave again. He'd take us up into the mountains behind Idaho Falls there. There'd be a place called the W, and I'd get on my motorcycle going up over the W, and when everybody was done and wanting to leave, somebody would take this air horn and just blast it real loud. Everybody, they could hear it, would come back to camp real fast. Well, I'm up on almost the top of the W. That's way up the mountain, and I heard the horn go off, and I knew that I needed to get back to camp. Dad would get a little pissed off at me if I didn't. And the road, going by road, was going to take forever. It'd take a good 20 minutes or so, especially with that fast moped of mine. So I say, hey, I can just go straight down the hill. I know the camp is just right down below me. So I'll just go straight down the hill. I know there's really no cliffs or anything there. So I'm into the sagebrush and trying to jump over the sagebrush, and that didn't work too good. It was a little tall for that thing to jump over. I fell over two or three times. Getting down there, and I saw the road. It's all right, cool. Road's coming up. So I'm heading down there, and I forgot about the fact that there was about a 8-foot embankment there, where the road, there's the road and the embankment and then the hill. And I forgot all about that. And I come down off of that, and just like in that Baja bug of mine, nose first, crunch. Got up and dusted myself off, shaking my head a little bit. I looked down the road, and there's Dad, his hands on his hips, shaking his head. He saw every bit of it. I thought I got away with it. Those were the days. Old motorcycles. I remember we'd go out on snowmobiles, go out into the desert. We'd chase coyotes and jackrabbits. Coyotes had a bounty on them. I think it was like $50. So we'd chase the coyotes down and shoot them. We was right up next to them and chasing them, and pick them up, skin them, and just take the skin back, and that was $50. I'd pay for the trip. We'd chase jackrabbits. There's snow out there. We was out in the desert. You chase a jackrabbit, just run over the top of him and push him down in the snow. It didn't hurt him. And he'd hop back up. We go the other way. You turn around, chase him some more. Those jackrabbits were pretty tough to get to in that snow. They knew all the little passages, and they could hide pretty darn good. I remember seeing Dad. He took off. He was after this jackrabbit. And boy, he was just going like a bat out of hell. Had a cigarette clenched in his mouth. Me and one of Dad's friends, we saw him going, so We figured, hey, let's follow. We turned around one of those snow machines. We was following right along. And all of a sudden, Dad just disappeared. Just gone, vanished. So instinct kicked in, and me and Dad's friend, we stopped those snow machines as fast as we could. And wasn't none too short too, because we walked over there and there was a good 10-foot drop, just a hole in the desert there, where some lava rock and stuff had been, and there was lava rock all the way down in the bottom. We looked down there, and there's Dad. He's still got his hands on the handlebars. He's still sitting there, just a shaking, hadn't moved a lick. He went off that cliff and went down and hit that lava rock, and it bent his snow machine up like that all around. It was almost in a U. We got down there to see if he was all right, and he asked him, "You okay? You okay?" And he's, yeah. And he reached up to the mouth and pulls out the cigarette butt. He bit that filter. He bit that cigarette filter right in half with his false teeth. He hit and landed so hard. We had to take the snow machine back and rebuild it for Dad. Actually, that one all salvageable was the motor and the track, because he bent that frame. It was almost like a U. Times got just a little bit crazy up there. I'll tell you what. Well, about time for me to go get dressed. Ready to go do that walk again, see if I can make these muscles any sore. It just, I don't know. I think I'm just going to go ahead and stay fat. The dogs, I'm sure they love it. They're out there just wanting to pee on everything they can find, every blade of grass they see. They gotta stop and sniff it, see what other dog's been there and peed. What is it about dogs? Always sniffing each other's pee and each other's butt. I heard a story once that a bunch of dogs had taken their buttholes off and put them on a pile, and they was just playing grab ass, shit like that. And some smart ass yells, "Fire!" So all the dogs went over and they each grabbed an asshole and took off and got the hell out of that place because they thought it was on fire. And to this day, the dogs going around sniffing each other's butt, trying to find their own butthole. Not very funny. It's an old joke anyway. So what can I say? Hey, Wolfman Wayne, telling you to have a good day. Live life to the fullest, because it's short. You just don't know when you're going to lose it. Bye.